everyone, welcome back to Wildwood Cottage and welcome back to Wales. It's lovely to have you here. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a lovely Easter. And yeah, I had a lovely Easter, thank you. Went to visit friends. I went to visit my mum and dad, took the dog out for a walk with them. And we went off to a baptism at a church that we know up the road for a young man in our church who was getting baptised. He's 13 years old and he made a confession of faith and he's now been fully water baptized and come into membership at the church. So that's lovely to see such a young man going through such a wonderful experience that I've been through myself. And it was such a joy to see because we don't see many of them these days. And yeah, it was just lovely. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to go and get on with a couple of jobs in the garden. I'm just enjoying a cup of coffee in my gonk cup, which I'm really fond of. I've got one with snowflakes on for Christmas, and I've got this one that I like to have my morning herbal coffee out of. If you'd like to subscribe to this channel, do like and subscribe. Click the button below this video and that'll tell you when I upload new videos. Yeah, today we're going to go and have a look out in the garden because I've got a list of jobs that I want to get on with, and there's my list. The main job I want to get on with today is to do the roof on top of the shed. I want to do a living roof out there. And I noticed last week when I was looking at it that some of the roofing felt has been ripped off and, well, ripped up in the wind. We had two red warning storms in the winter, and I haven't really had a look at it since then. And when I went up and had a look last week to see what the state of it was like, it's too far gone, really. And I don't want to put roof and felt on it. It's only 2 years old. It's not that old. But because of where we live, because we're so exposed, it just wasn't a good idea to put roof and felt on it, really. The better option would be to put tin on it. But I haven't got the money to buy tin. So what I'm going to do is I've bought some wood and I'm going to build a living roof. So I've got a lot of plastic. That's new plastic that's not got holes in. So I'm going to put the plastic over the roof first, and then I'm going to build a frame for the living roof. And I'm going to plant some plants in it. I've got sand out the front, some builder's sand, and I'm going to mix that in with the soil to put on the top. And yeah, I don't know whether I'm going to use topsoil. I might get a couple of bags of topsoil to put on the top, but I haven't decided yet because I want it to be light. So I might use compost because that's lighter. I want to do a strawberry bed up there, which I thought would be rather fun because it'll keep them, just put my cup down, it'll keep the mice off my strawberries and hopefully I'll get a better crop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the frame on top. I'm going to screw it on at the sides so that it doesn't blow off in the wind. And what I thought I would do on the first third, where I can reach to an arm's length, I'm going to do a strawberry bed up there. And I'm hoping that that'll keep the mice off because the rats and the mice had a field day in my garden last year. And I want to make sure that I can get the crops. I'm going to do some in hanging baskets and put them up on the yard so I can keep them out of the way of the mice. And I'm also thinking of putting them on baskets hanging up on the pergolas to stop them getting eaten as well. So that's my thinking for that. I've also got alpine plants in the garden that aren't really getting seen. I want to do a rockery at some point on the bank outside the living room window. But it's just so overgrown with grass, I really need to clear it out. So I thought while I'm clearing it out, I could put the alpines in the living roof and keep a section off for my rockery and just keep it in a pot somewhere. But then put the rest up on the roof. I've also got some sedum as well, some succulent plants, and I thought that I'd put them on the roof. And maybe get a couple more to add to it along the way. But there's plenty of wild stuff that grows wild around here. I've got wild garlic in my garden now. I don't know whether you remember last year or the year before for those longer term viewers, but I got some little bulblets off the side of the road that were just lying there because the farmer had been along and moved all the soil out the way when they were putting up new telegraph poles. And sorry, I've had a histamine thing over the weekend and my brain's all befuddled. Yeah, so I picked up the little corms that were on the side of the road and I just dumped them in the garden, completely forgot about them. They were in this bag, they just went to mush and I thought, oh, they've not done anything. Tipped them out the bag and just left them. Well, I went in the garden yesterday or the day before and there's wild garlic growing. So I have got a thing of wild garlic, so I'm going to have to put slate around so it doesn't spread everywhere. I don't mind it spreading in some parts, and it'd be nice for it to spread into the field, but I don't want it spreading around the garden. So I'm just going to keep it in slate so that I can grow it, but it won't grow everywhere. Anyway, that's an aside. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a living roof as a strawberry bed on the top there, and hopefully I'll get a harvest of strawberries and it'll keep the roof watertight as well. So that's my plan for that. So this is my dye shed where I'm going to be dyeing my wool. I've set it all up now with the cookers and everything. And it's next to the chickens just there. Excuse the noise in the background, there's some children playing at the big house next door. Yeah, so this is the side here where it's ripped because this is the prevailing wind direction. It comes through those trees there and it comes in that direction there. So it's been battered a bit really on that side. It leaks. The roofing felt's rubbish. It's cracked and it's just got really, really wet. So I did try plastic in it, but I didn't get a chance before all the rain came last year to secure it down. So the wind blew the plastic off across the field over there. So I've retrieved it and I've now put it on the veg garden to keep the weeds down. But I'm thinking of letting the chickens in there today to let them go and do some scratching and try and get all the grass up for me and all the weeds that are in there. So what I thought I'd do was I'd take the plastic up and pop it on the top here. Now the problem is I'm not sure if it's got holes in the plastic from when it blew off across the field over there. So what I need to do is I need to see how many holes are in it. If there's too many holes, I'll have to use a new piece of plastic, but otherwise I'm going to do this now. So these are some of the plants I'm thinking of putting on the top. I really like this clematis, it's doing very well. It's got some nice flower buds coming through on it and it's been growing really tall. So I'm going to try and train that up and over there so it grows all over the top. And this is a saxifrage or saxifrage, whatever you call it, so that's going to go in. This is going to go in as well. I think this one is, what is it? Can't remember, but I've got some in the garden. Red vein sorrel. I've also got feverfew, and I've also got this pretty little flower here as well, which I got in the garden centre. So I'm going to take these out, and these are going to go in the living roof. I'm going to divide a little bit up and pop it back in here. So I've always got some, but some of it's going to go on the living roof, and this is going to come out because it's a bit of a mess. So yeah, there's some of the plants that I've got. I've got more feverfew here, so I'm thinking of putting them in the roof along the edges so I can get to them. I've got quite a few of those. So I'll just show you the plastic. Now just as an aside on the way past, I've noticed since there's been no nest on here, the birds have been leaving my currant flowers alone. I don't know whether they saw it as a challenge to get in and pinch the fruit, but I'm going to have an abundant harvest this year. Look at all these flowers, there's loads of them. So I'm thinking of taking my chances and leaving it unnetted this year and see how we get on. I've got a couple of plants that need replacing in the middle. I need to weed it and get all these strawberries moved. But yeah, I'm thinking of just mulching it all with some chip bark and letting the chickens do their thing. Right, this is the plastic. I think it's a bit past it, to be honest with you, just looking at it now. This is all the stuff for the dead hedge, which I've also got to do. But I'm not sure if this plastic is up to the job. I have to move all this and then have a look at it and see what I think. But I'm hoping to get the chickens in here today. Now it's all been under plastic, which they're looking very happy about that prospect. And get them to scratch underneath here for me and sort that out. Have you seen my rhubarb? Look at that over there, isn't that fantastic? Marvellous. Right. So I've taken the plastic up and the chickens are doing what I hoped they'd do. They're having a good mooch to see what bugs they can find. So I'm hoping they're going to do plenty of scratching like Grace wants to do over there. and get this bed cleared for me, and then I can get planting. I've still got lots of strawberries, but you know, I've got that many strawberries, I don't know what to do with them all. But they seem happy to be scratching in here for me. And the plastic, I can't see any big holes in it, you know, so I think I'm going to use it. There is a little bit of poking, but you know, I think it's going to be fine. So I'm going to take it over to the shed, and the wind's just got up. But yeah, if I can get it staple gunned down, that'll be a job well done today. Right, let's go and get that done. So this old stump here was a bird bath in my mum and dad's garden, and to any of your long-term viewers who've been here for a while, you'll know it's been like resting on this patch of soil here, not dug into the ground, just lying there waiting for me to put it in. Well, I finally got round to it after, what, 6 years of it being at my mum and dad, since my mum and dad moved in. And yeah, I'd only got it when I first moved in this house, but I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint it white, and yeah, it's going to look nice. It's got this piece of slate on the top, and then I put a terracotta bowl and a water fountain. I just need to put a doodah on the top for it. I've also built this structure here. Now, a lovely viewer reminded me that I needed to build climbing structures for my roses, so I decided to do it out of tree branches, because you know how I love using tree branches. I don't throw any away, I use them all the time. And yeah, so what I've done is I've put a rose down there, and I've done 4 things, and I've put these strings on, made it nice and sturdy. And the one I put on this one is Blushing Queen, £5 from Morrison's. It's going to grow 6 to 10 feet tall. Each of the roses I've got are going to grow 6 to 10 feet tall. They were £5. And they're going to add a nice bit of structure to this part of the garden, because I've got the trees here, these bushes. This one's a pieris, and I think that one's a type of pieris as well. It started dying back, but it started coming back again. So it needs sorting out. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know whether to give it a trim and let some of the new growth come through and cut off these dead branches. But I'm frightened to cut anything off in case I kill it, because it's actually coming back from the dead branches. So I don't know. Have you seen this Aquilegia? Isn't it beautiful? Lovely. And my rhododendron, after 5 years, has decided to do something. My small rhododendron, it's one of those dwarf ones. Going to grow a metre tall. Going to fill that space. So that's what I'm going to do with the other 2 roses that I've got. I'm going to plant them in this border here, in the middle, to give a bit of height, and then they're going to grow upwards, and all the other bedding plants are going to grow around them. And then Pilgrim is going to have some partners to grow upwards with, and he's doing lovely at the moment. He's put on a lot of new growth, and I'm hoping for good things from this rose this year. He needs a good feed, he needs a good clear out at the bottom. But yeah, he's doing really well. All my roses are doing well, they're all coming back nicely. Still need to do the arch here, and I still need to do an arch for Claire Austin. Right, time to get stripe up. right, I think that's it for me for today. The sun's going down, the midges are coming out, I'm getting bitten, and yeah, I've had a really busy day. I've done as much as I can do for today on the roof. We've got the plastic done, which is the main thing. I've got the gutter put back on as well, which is good. I've secured it all down with staples and wood over the top to keep it in place. And yeah, the next step will be to do the frame, and I'll do that in another video, and I will show you putting the frame together and setting it up. I am thinking of doing some salad stuff up there and maybe some herbs, and make it into a harvesting kind of roof. The back I won't be able to do, and the side I won't be able to do, but as much as I can reach with my arm off the ladder, I'm going to grow in and see what we can get out. I'm going to use those strawberry bags as well, and I might do them down the side above the chicken run, and then they can grow on the side just within an arm's reach again, so I can get in and harvest the strawberries. I'm also thinking of doing them on the posts on the yard where I did that fence to keep the dog in. I'm thinking of getting these strawberry bags. My nan gave me some back in 1996. And I remember when I got my first garden, she gave me some when she had her allotment. And yeah, I grew strawberries in them, and they were successful. They were easy to use. You just fill the bag up with soil, and then you plant in the pockets, and you get about 8 pockets in the bag. And on Temu at the moment, they're about £1, £1.25. You get one bag, but if you look around, you can get the multi-bags as well. So I'm going to try them. I could use pallets, but I want to use my pallets in the garden for my building stuff, because I've got the tree pergola to do, I've got my mum and dad's pergola to do, I've got the fence to finish, and I also want to use them to redo the barn as well. So I don't really want to waste them and use them for growing in. I'd rather try and do other things to grow in and use the pallets, put the pallets to good use. I've also got window boxes on the wall next to the yard, and I'm thinking of doing some herbs in them, and then I can get to them to harvest them. You know, things like mint that you don't want in your garden, different types of mint, because you can get so many different varieties. So I'm thinking of doing that, because the whole thing with Make the War and the Digging for Victory garden was that you used the space you had, and if you're in a limited space, you used as much of that space as possible to grow your food. Gardens were pretty much dug up during the war, and yeah, you weren't really growing flowers unless they were for medicinal purposes and herbs. And a lot of gardens were dug out to put fruit and vegetables and all that sort of thing in. So if you can think outside of the box, you can pretty much get into a wartime mentality of doing your victory garden, and use every available space you can. So the next project is going to be doing the living roof frame and lining it with some netting to stop the soil from coming through. I'm going to anchor it with some flat plates on the sides to keep it in place and stop the wind blowing it off. And yeah, I managed to get the gutter back on, so it's all nice and rainproof now, and hopefully it'll make it a better space inside as well, because I have got a log burner in there. I have got my dice kitchen set up in there for dyeing wool, so it's going to be a really useful space. But yeah, I think that's everything for me for today. I have managed to find some terracotta pots. Alan Titchmarsh recommends them. I found them in the garden when I've been doing my perennial border, and he recommends them for growing seeds. Better than plastic pots, he says, because it stops the plants keeping water in and going mouldy. So I'm going to try using these. I found a couple in the garden there, and I think I might have dug them up because they're 1930s, and I can't see me ever owning 1930s terracotta pots. So yeah, I've got a broken one, but I'm still going to use it. It's 2 pots. These are the 1930s with the flat side, and these are the more commercial ones. But because they're both broken, I can stick them inside each other and still use them. So yeah, anyway, if you have enjoyed my video, do like and subscribe. Do hit that like button, and that tells YouTube that you've enjoyed my video, and it'll tell other people that the video is worth watching. And if you do subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free to do. It's not a membership thing. It just basically means that when I upload new videos, you get told that I've uploaded them. And if you hit that bell, the minute I upload a video, it'll notify you in your notifications that there's a video there to watch. So yeah, I'm going to go. The sun's going down. It's getting very midgy,
and I need to go in. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Oh, as well, before I go, if you do want to follow me during the week, you can follow me on Instagram, and you can follow me on Facebook as Wildwood Cottage Diary, and I am thinking of putting a blog together as well, but there's more about that coming up in the next video. So if you have enjoyed my video, do like and subscribe, do hit that bell, and I will see you next Sunday for another video. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you soon, and maybe see you on Instagram or Facebook. See you soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.